trying to cover his tail. Now, once again, here's my here's my theory, right? And everything that I'm saying is alleged because I was nowhere around death row or the West Coast at the time Tupac got killed, right? This is just from my observation, from doing research, from Reggie, KVD, all these guys doing all these interviews because they telling the story. You just got to pick the pieces together and out and put the puzzle together, and then you'll get Tupac face, right? If you intelligent enough to move the pieces around the right way, right? So now I told y'all that the Lakewood Mall incident was not over a death row bounty. There was no death row bounty, no chain, no bounty on death row chains. There's enough people that was on the West Coast that was heavily involved, whether it was with death row records or Bloods, Crips, whatever, to know that that story is bullshit, right? For one, okay. Two, I reiterate that fight was not over a chain. If you listen to Reggie, he tells it, right? If you listen to all these guys, they tell it. The dude, K Dubb, said it was not, the fight was not over a chain, right? So when you hear that story, remember Reggie told Frank that story, right? And told him to lie about it. Why would Reggie be telling that story and tell him to lie about it and make it up for alibi? Because he thought Tupac was going to get violated. And Tupac didn't even get arrested for you to be making no goddamn alibi for him. Like the world didn't see that fight. You know, Orlando didn't press no charges. Orlando wasn't going to go to court and say, oh, or to the precinct. The police was right there. He can say, yeah, it was Tupac. He did it. He didn't cooperate. So you making up a lie is just for you to be making up the lie to try to cover up that allegedly y'all killed Tupac, right? So now listen. The incident at the Lakewood Mall was over set tripping. You heard the dirty Compton pig when he was mad at Treyvon say that Treyvon ain't from the neighborhood and he used to be a Crip. Used to be a Long Beach Crip, right? He said that, right? The dirty pig said that Trayvon originally was from Long Beach, right? We know Orlando Anderson is originally from Long Beach, right? But he been a Crip. Trayvon was a Crip, right? Now, allegedly, because I didn't grow up over there. But you do the history, or go do the history, and you listen to the dirty Compton pig himself tell you that Trayvon was originally from Long Beach and he was a Crip, right? He said this himself, right? Now, when they ran into each other at the Lakewood Mall, it was because now, allegedly, Trayvon had jumped sets. He is now a Crip. And now a Mar Pyru, right? Now, you ain't got to just take it from me because y'all know me. If I tell y'all something, I'm going to pull a receipt for it, right? Let me pull a receipt for it. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use of purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing non-profit educational personal use tips to balance in favor of fair use. I will be using this content under fair use to criticize, comment, as well as research and news reporting. Okay? And this goes out this goes out courtesy of Vlad TV. Let's start right here.
He came to Compton was the day that celebrity basketball game. I think Biggie got killed that night. He went to Cal State Dominguez to play a celebrity basketball game.
That was later on.
That was later on?
Yeah. Well, Biggie got killed later on.
That was the night Biggie got killed. That was the closest he came to Compton.
Okay, got it.
That was, yeah.
So let's talk about Orlando for a second. Orlando's your nephew.
Yeah.
He's 12
I really
years.
don't want to talk about my nephew. I want to talk about me.
Okay.
What happened with me.
All right, but I just want to establish Orlando is your nephew and you guys were very close.
Yes.
Okay. And from what I understand, Orlando was a thorough guy. He had a reputation for this, for being with the shit.
No, he was a good person. Very good person, good heart, everything. He's really a kid when that shit happened on me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Shortly before the Vegas incident, Treyvon Lane gets jumped at the Lakewood Mall.
He really initiated that whole thing. It was him and two other guys. I think his name was Kevin.
Now you heard that, right? Now he's saying Treyvon initiated the whole thing, allegedly, right? Now listen, he said him and it was two other guys. Now listen.
Since he came to Compton.
Okay, got it.
That was, yeah.
So let's talk about Orlando for a second. Orlando's your nephew.
Yeah.
He's 12
I really
years.
don't want to talk about my nephew. I want to talk about me.
Okay.
What happened with me.
All right, but I just want to establish Orlando is your nephew and you guys were very close.
Yes.
Okay. And from what I understand, Orlando was a thorough guy. He had a reputation for this, for being with the shit.
No, he was a good person. Very good person, good heart, everything. He's really a kid when that shit happened on me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Shortly before the Vegas incident, Treyvon Lane gets jumped at the Lakewood Mall.
He really initiated that whole thing. It was him and two other guys. I think his name was Kevin Woods and some other dude.
Okay.
Now keep in mind that's Treyvon, Kevin Woods. Kevin Woods is K-Dubb, right? And another guy. Now remember, in that paperwork with Keefy D, they said Reggie gang or Reggie's crew allegedly that he was selling drugs with was who? Treyvon and K-Dubb, right? K-Dubb, Treyvon is at the Lakewood Mall, right? With the whole chain story, right? Which is not, you'll come to find out Treyvon never said nothing. K-Dubb did an interview and said that that's not true. It wasn't over no bounty, over no chain, right? But just remember the connection. Reggie is alleged to be the drug supplier, and allegedly K-Dubb and Treyvon was selling drugs with Reggie at one point, allegedly, according to this paperwork, right? Then now you got them same three, right? You got the Lakewood Mall incident. Reggie is telling this story that they told, right? Right. So then you got Treyvon, who's the one that whispered in Pac ear that sent Pac off, right? And then you got Treyvon, K-Dubb. I don't know if K-Dubb was there at the fight, but K-Dubb was damn sure at the goddamn in the entourage of the cars when the shooting happened, right? And K-Dubb is in the car in front of Suge, right? So he's at the light, not Suge. K-Dubb's at the light. Keep that in mind, right? But remember, K-Dubb, Reggie, and Treyvon all grew up together in the same neighborhood. It is alleged that they were selling drugs together, right? And then they all have the same chain story somewhat. Well, Reggie using their story about the chain is no, Reggie using their chain incident as the alibi to is the reason to why Pac jumped on Orlando, right? Now listen to what Keefy D say.
Matter of fact, the other dudes,